This man publicly announced, "We're going to kidnap our female colleague tonight. But the woman is right next to me." She gave a smile. There was no alarm, because tonight is the annual killing festival in the United States. After 7 p.m., people can go on the streets and act recklessly, no matter how cruel the crime may be. It will be legal tonight. Therefore, rich people invest heavily in purchasing comprehensive security equipment, but the poor can only seek their own blessings. The alarm sounds. There is no one above the street, and the killers have already rubbed their hands. Prepare to start tonight's carnival. Eva took her daughter and locked the door, but then he realized that his father was not in the room. Originally, for the sake of family. Next year, we can have savings to purchase security equipment. Father sacrificed himself for $100,000. Massacre Eva for the wealthy. I haven't had time to feel sad yet. There was a sudden explosion at the entrance. But the person coming is not a male colleague, but the security guard downstairs. Security based on Eva's beauty, finally waiting for the opportunity today. He holds a weapon, wanting to invade Eva and her daughter. Just as he was about to succeed, there's another small animal coming from the door. The security guard was shot by a random gun. A group of heavily armed men in black broke into the room. After discovering 2 more people, the man in black forcibly dragged them out, intended to be stuffed into the car and taken away. Mother and daughter struggled desperately. Suddenly, a man flashed out from the street corner shooting indiscriminately, saved 2 people. The man's name is Leo. His son was once killed by a woman. Tonight, he wants to avenge his son. Coincidentally, the man in black's car blocked the intersection. In order to rush the time, he had no choice but to take action. Leo got the mother and daughter in his own car, but I found another couple popping up in the car. Little couple quickly explained. They were due to the car breaking down. Can't go home. Was only pursued by the killers. Nurse. Seeing another wave of killers strike, Leo doesn't have time to worry about it either. Hurry to start the car. He was originally a murderer, inexplicably saved a truckload of people, and became a target of being pursued. But it wasn't long before the car was driven out. It was completely damaged due to the recent shooting. I had no choice but to abandon the car, and planned to walk alone to find the target. But the other 4 people have been relying on him, in order for Leo to continue protecting them. Eva represents. A friend has a car at home. As long as Leo can bring them safely, you can give it directly to him. It's not like this. Just finished speaking, the pig teammate stepped on the trap. Killers immediately swarmed in. Leo asked him to shoot immediately, breaking the rope, before the next wave of enemies arrives. Quick escape. This is the legal killing day in the United States. On this day, people can take to the streets. Unleash the killing desire in your heart to the fullest. There are still 6 hours left until the end of the day of slaughter. Leo, along with Eva and others, temporarily escaped pursuit. They found a van. Various instruments and equipment are scattered throughout the car. There's also a strange electronic map. Some locations are highlighted to represent areas that need to be thoroughly cleared tonight, and the IVA family happens to be within the marked range. Only then can everyone understand. The previous black-clad people were the government's army. The purpose of the government's establishment of Kill Day is to eliminate the poor class, to alleviate the financial pressure on society. Just then, another truck rushed out from the street corner. Seeing the killer approaching, everyone hurriedly followed a few weapons and quickly evacuated. Along the way, it's inevitable to encounter other killers. Fortunately, we already have weapons to defend ourselves. A few talents survived the disaster, but there were still people who were accidentally injured in the gunfight. After many setbacks, the crowd finally arrived at Eva. Friend, wait for the injured person to treat the wound properly. They were able to stop and rest. Although this family is very hospitable, but Leo still dared not take it lightly. He asked Eva for a car to leave. Eva said she'd lead to him. There's no car here at all. Just then, the harmonious atmosphere inside the room plummeted sharply. Leo doesn't care too much about it. Save everyone once again. They had to be exposed again. Here, the black people have come after Leo and led his team over the fence, attempting to directly bypass the man in black and proceed to the next block. Unexpectedly, behind the fence, someone was ambushed in this group of masks. People caught them and sent them to the truck. However, they and the man in black are obviously not together. That's not. Mom. You need to do it for me. Soon. Truck arrives at destination. Everyone was forcibly brought inside the house. Kneel in a row. As the curtain unfolds, thunderous applause from the audience. Countless wealthy businessmen and celebrities gathered here for a special auction, and the goods are the unlucky poor people on stage. They will be thrown into the hunting ground, waiting for the fate of being hunted by the rich. Several pairs of men and women knelt under the spotlight, opening the curtain. Countless officials and dignitaries applauded. Welcome to tonight's final auction for only $200,000. Rich people can freely confide in and hunt these poor people. Time begins for wealthy people to wear night vision devices. Entering the dark hunting ground, the sound of gunfire kept ringing. The poor have no strength to fight back. But Leo, with his agile skills, is the biggest variable among them. He is a retired soldier. His excellent professional skills allow him to move freely in the dark. He found the right moment. Kill a wealthy man. Seize the night vision system and weapons. Even if the anti-killing begins, This move angered the wealthy people in the stands. They called in the troops. Implement a crackdown on the site. In chaos, one of the lovers was unfortunately shot and killed. Seeing the bullets about to run out, just as everyone was falling into despair, another team broke into the hunting ground. This team is a rebel army composed of civilians. They oppose the brutal and inhumane clearance plan of killing Day as soon as it enters the field. The rebel army will fully fire. Successfully captured the auction house, rescue Leo and others. With their help, Leo finally got a car. At this point, it is less than an hour since the end of the killing day. In order to continue the revenge plan, Leo slammed on the accelerator, arrived at the enemy's house with the mother and daughter together. He infiltrated the enemy's home and grabbed the man in his dream, causing hatred and anger to completely occupy Leo's brain. He disregarded the other party's confession and begged for mercy. I only heard a scream. The door slowly opened. Leo walked out with blood all over him. It seems to have been released. Unexpectedly, an old man with sunglasses suddenly appeared. And he's not someone else. It was the machine gunner in the truck last night. He harbors a grudge against Liao for injuring him, so he specifically came to kill Liao. Tiantai Fei, after one's words. He raised the muzzle of his gun, facing Liao. Next second, the old man was shot in the head. So Leo didn't kill his enemy just now, and the enemy who was let go also saved old Leo at a critical moment and was killed. The other people in black immediately gathered around. Eva saw the situation. Hurry up and ask your daughter for help. Both sides remained deadlocked for a while. Just then, the alarm for the end of the day of slaughter rings. Everyone quickly laid down their weapons. Take Leo to the hospital for treatment. This killing day ends here. But the next game has entered the countdown again. The government's conspiracy and the confrontation between the rebel forces continue.